Join me today on the 1-year anniversary of the passing of Suzanne Somers. We'll visit her grave and see if she's got a new headstone, and we'll also visit the homes where she lived and the house where she died. Hey everybody, thanks for joining us again here at Traces of Hollywood. It's been a busy day for me. It was moving day as I moved into a new place, still here in Palm Springs, but I wanted to make sure I took some time to head over to the Desert Memorial Cemetery to pay tribute to Suzanne Somers, since it is October 15th and the 1-year anniversary of her death. She died in 2023. And also, I wanted to see if there was any headstone or grave marker that has been installed yet. Last time I was here, there was nothing up yet. So let's head on over and have a look and see what we can find. As we work our way over towards the portion of the cemetery where she is said to be interred, I did want to mention that normally you don't talk about where you live on YouTube, just for security and safety's sake. But now that I have relocated to another part of town, I did want to mention just briefly that today is a bit of a personal visit for me as well. I was neighbors with Suzanne and her husband. I won't be too specific as to which one of the houses that was. They're still notable neighbors, and I do want to respect people's privacy. But I never actually met Suzanne or her husband, and that's not too terribly uncommon, at least in Southern California. But we have some mutual acquaintances, but I did want to just mention that personal note. I thought this could be her grave, but I remembered it being a little further away, so that is not actually Suzanne's grave. And when I made it over to the spot that had always been thought to be where her grave was located here, number 6261, there was still nothing here, so I asked some groundskeepers, and they actually directed me over to this part of the cemetery, which is section A8. The one I spoke to wasn't sure exactly, but they said just to walk along the path along section A8, and I would find the grave. So we'll walk there together. I went ahead and marked on this map for you where A8 is. It's the blue circle on the top left, and at the bottom of the screen is the main entrance. As I've mentioned before, I like to try and discover graves with you, and here we are. Actually, she does have a headstone. But I was saying I like to, discover graves with you for the first time. It's as if you're with me here on the journey. So here it is. It says Hamill Somers. It has her husband Alan on the left, who of course he is still living. And what a beautiful photo of the two. I love this. This is really incredible, really sweet. Clean it off a bit here. Looks like it's fairly new, but they're watering out here just now, so it's probably just a little bit of residue. If you look this direction, you'll see the Forest Lawn Cemetery just directly across the street. Over here is the Frank Sinatra grave and the main office for the cemetery. So this is easy to find. I just wanted to give you some reference points. But how nice to see that there is a grave marker for Suzanne on the 1-year anniversary of her passing. Now, I don't know when it was installed. I was here recently, but again, I didn't come to this section, so maybe we'll find that out later. And what a beautiful epitaph, "We are one," at the bottom. And you may have heard me mention in the Rebecca Schaefer video the Jewish tradition of placing the stones on the grave. So again, this is Desert Memorial Park. You can come here pretty much any day and pay tribute to Suzanne yourself now. As promised, we'll head on over to the home that is probably associated with Suzanne Somers the most. It is the home up on Ridge Road, which to me always seemed like an Italian village spilling down the hillside. You'll see that here in a moment for yourself. And if memory serves, she listed it and sold it for around $8 million. It went right back on the market for $12 million, was unsold, marked down to $8 million, and then taken off the market recently. I don't believe it actually sold, but there you can see it. It's quite the compound, and it was called the Suzanne Somers compound by many locals here. It has a funicular, which is sort of a little cart you hop in, and you go up a little track, and it pulls you up the hillside, so you can ride up the hillside rather than taking the stairs. That was one of the unique features of the property, at least that stood out to me. And I will include some links to the video I did in the past where we talk more about that. And here is Suzanne's house where she died. This is where she spent the last year of her life. You may have seen some of the live videos that she would do from this home and the previous home, along with her husband. And again, I just wanted to pay a personal tribute to her today, and thank you for joining me. We all love and miss Suzanne Somers, but I'm glad there's finally a place where we can all come and reconnect with her again. Rest in peace, Suzanne. Thank you always for stopping by, and if you want to be the first to know when there's a new video like this one posted, go ahead and hit that little circle in the bottom right to subscribe. Until then, see you on the next one.